my lunch, my raw vegan lunch. And hello to everybody on YouTube as well, on YouTube Live. I wanted to show you what I'm eating for lunch on my raw vegan diet. Everyone always asks me, well, what do you eat? And yes, I have added some cooked food to my diet. No special reason. I've been on a raw vegan diet for over 20 years, and I still am mostly raw vegan. I might have a cooked meal a couple times a week, but I'm pretty much raw vegan. I want to show everybody what I'm eating today and how I usually eat and how I've normally eaten for the last 20 years. I got spinach, and today I pulled some pine nuts out of my fridge that I had in there, and I'm just eating them. That's it. That's my diet right there. I'm just eating, I just normally just grab a bag of spinach. Now, I do make raw food recipes. I'm a raw food chef. And normally I don't make recipes normally. Normally I'll just eat something very simple like spinach or something. I prefer to get spinach not in the bag if I can. That's my ideal. I have a garden, and normally I just walk through the garden, especially now in the wintertime. I'm in South Florida. I can just walk through the garden and just grab whatever I want from the garden and just eat it at my desk. But here I am. I'm sitting at my desk. You can see here I'm just working, sitting down at my desk, and I just went to the fridge and I grabbed a bag of spinach. This morning, I went to the gym to work out this morning, and on the way back from the gym, I had some bananas and some dates that were in my car. I had a couple on my way before going to the gym, and then on the way out of the gym. And now I'm just having some spinach, and so, you know, I want to add a little flavor, so I pulled some pine nuts out of my fridge. So that's it. I'm sitting here working, just eating my spinach, doing this. It doesn't have to be complicated, folks. It doesn't have to be difficult to eat healthy. You don't have to, you know, you can make a salad. Yeah, I mean, I make a salad sometimes. I'll throw the spinach in a bowl, and I'll make a salad dressing, a raw salad dressing. Maybe with the pine nuts, I'll blend the pine nuts up with some lemon juice and some cayenne pepper, and maybe a little tahini sauce, blend that up in a food processor, and I pour it over the greens, maybe throw a cucumber in there or celery. It doesn't not have to be difficult. And you know, people have children out there, they wonder what children could eat. I love to make my children avocado sandwich. I'll take an avocado, tomato, and yes, they do eat bread, so I'll get some. I use the Genesis 129 bread. I'll just throw that together, make them a nice sandwich. And then I always make sure they have some spinach. They love to eat greens. They don't love to eat greens, but they eat the greens. And they know it makes them strong. And they're getting their fresh food in. And so you know, that's the way to do it. And there's healthier versions to things out there. So, you know, it's not that difficult, but that's it. It's very simple. It's just simple. I'm just eating this. I'm just grabbing this, eating it. That's real fast food, folks, right there. Now, you know, I might go out with them. I might take them somewhere to go eat something, and, you know, just get the salad on a plate, sweet tomatoes or something like that. Sometimes I might go to a more fancier restaurant and get something. But for the most part, on a regular day, this is what I do. I'm here at my desk, got my bag of spinach, I got my pine nuts, and I don't usually eat pine nuts. I just happen to have them available. I usually look in my fridge and just see what's there. I don't really plan it. And you know, and then I have that's it. And then I'm just here. I just made some videos. I'm editing some videos. I'm actually gonna go out now. I gotta go pick up my children from a nature school that they're going to today, and they have it's amazing stuff at this school. They have a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables that they're growing. They have their own garden. The amazing thing is they also have cattle. They have a cow. They have a bull and some other animals there. And my children know these are animals to study and to learn, and they're pets. They're not to be eaten. They're not eating them. They're coming home and asking me for avocados. They're not asking me for cow. You know, so they want to buy a cat. They don't want to eat a cat. They want another pet. So they know. You know, some people say, well, you shouldn't be teaching your children that it's wrong to eat pets. I'm like, hello. You know, they got a garden out there. They're eating fruits and vegetables. They come inside with tomatoes and peppers that they pick from the garden. They don't come outside with like a chicken that they caught and they said, oh, look what we got outside. No, they come in with apples from the tree or some fruit off the tree, and they say, oh, Daddy, can you wash this off so we can eat it? They don't come inside with like a goat and say, Daddy, can you slit the throat of this animal so we can eat it? No. So, but this video is not about my children. This video is about me. I just want to show everybody how I roll at the Real Life Health Show. I'm just eating myself some nuts and some greens. I make sure I get my greens every day. That's important. So I had my my bananas and my dates this morning. I worked out, you know, so I was able to eat a little bit more sugar. You know, sugar can be a problem if you just sit. If I was sitting here all day, not exercising, that's too much sugar. And most fruit is too much sugar. If you're just sitting down all day and you're not exercising, I try to sweat every day. That's what exercise is. You need to sweat every day. I don't care what you want to call it. You know, some people say, well, they walk. I'm like, well, you sweating when you walk? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, then you ain't exercising. You know, you need to sweat. And oh, it's cold outside. If you're working hard enough, you're going to be sweating under all that stuff you're wearing. So you need to be sweating. And, you know, and some people sweat more than others. Fine, whatever it is, sweat. If you're not sweating, you're not exercising. I don't care how far you're walking or what you're doing. So some people don't even exercise and they're sweating. but that's not okay. You got to do a little bit more there. You got to get your heart rate up. And so I exercise, very important. But anyway, I could have that sugar. I could have the apples and I mean the apples, bananas, the dates. I have that sugar. And then but my greens are everything. I try to get my greens in earlier in the day because I know the later it goes, exercise and eating greens are two things that once the day goes by, you're like, oh, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. But if you can get that in early, exercise and eating some greens, pretty much you're not going to mess up throughout the day. Because even if you eat something that's not ideal, you've had greens, you've had spinach, you've had kale. And the nuts and the seeds, ideally, you want to soak them if you're going to eat them. They release the enzyme inhibitors. But really, you know, it's not often anymore. I mean, I might make a recipe sometimes for a video or for friends that might come over. I might make a recipe, but I eat pretty simple. And even if I go out, I might eat simple. And even if I go out, even if I get cooked food now, let's say I'm getting some rice, for example. The other night we went to Whole Foods. Let's say you're getting rice. Well, I'll make sure I'm eating a bag of greens before I have any rice. A whole bag of greens, like you know, those 5-ounce containers. I'm not putting anything in my mouth until I finish that. And then if there's something on the table, I could justify it because, hey, I just had a whole carton of greens. So I'm good to the finish because I eat my spinach. I'm Paul Neeson. Yeah, all right. So, but folks, that's it. It's not difficult. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I've done a lot. You know, people ask me, you know, how much energy do I have? You know, when you're first starting out, you need to eat more. And I do eat more. I'm going to eat more today. I'm going to probably, what am I going to have? I might have a smoothie later. So I will eat more today and try to eat before the sun goes down, following the daylight diet. But it's when you're first starting out, you're going to eat more because your body's used to cooked food, that feeling of like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't get up. So, you know, this food is just not going to satiate you. You know, some people say I'm starving. No, you're not starving. It just doesn't satiate you, you know, and then, you know, so you might need to eat more. And also the quality of the food. If you're eating low quality food, no matter how much you eat, you're always going to be hungry because you're never satisfying your body's nutritional needs. But if you're eating high nutritious foods, you're going to get satiated and full on very little. And, you know, people say, but I know you're saying eat little, but I love to eat. I say, well, if you eat less, you live longer, you get to eat more. But you don't have to, you know, as time goes on, your body detoxifies, you eat less and less and less, eat more higher quality foods, you're saving money, you're saving time, and it's fine. So yeah, so that's the way I'm doing it. I just wanted to get on here and let people know. I'm just just letting you know it's pretty simple. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see who's got some comments. Yes. So somebody said, Noah created to make any mistakes when he said in Genesis 1:29, the food for man is fruits and vegetables. That's the food for man. But because man sinned and there were no fruits and vegetables left, because a big flood came and wiped them all away. And then there was an animal standing there. And you know what? If a flood came and wiped all my food away, yeah, maybe I'll consider throwing the animal on the grill. But when I can go get food like this and pick food from my garden, I'm not eating a body or a carcass. So I just made a video about chocolate pudding fruit. I'm not going to eat a dead carcass when I got chocolate pudding fruits and oranges in my backyard or at your local supermarket. So So yeah, so I hope you guys are blessed. Thank you, and that's just my lunch today. I just wanted to show you all, and I might go crazy tonight or later today. I might make banana ice cream. Whoa, ice cream! Now it's just bananas frozen. I put it through my juicer, and it comes out like ice cream. So it's all good in Paul's hood. So I just wanted to show you this, and somebody sent me an email the other day. Yeah, but can you lift whatever 100 pounds or whatever? Can you go to exercise? Look, I'm very fit. I go to exercise. Cardiovascular, I'm fine. I exercise. Again, you have to sweat every day. You have to sweat. I don't care what you're eating. I don't care what you're doing. If you're not sweating, you're not healthy. And why I say sweating is, I don't mean like, oh, it's hot outside, I'm sweating. I mean like you need to get your heart rate up. You need to be doing something that and sweating, So if you're not doing that, you're taking it too easy, and it's going to catch up to you. Don't neglect stretching. Stretching is important, but it's one thing. You need to sweat. I know people lift weights. I know people do yoga and all this stuff, but I don't see them sweating. It's one thing to do that, but go run to the yoga place or the gym if you think that you're going to do that. But I want to see people sweating, because that's what exercise is. You need to get that heart rate up. Okay. Yes, muscular health is very important, and so many people neglect it, unfortunately. But you need to sweat. All right. All right, everybody. Make it a great day. Go out there and sweat. And if anyone tells you, what are you doing? Say, I'm listening, Paul. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. All right. So eat some greens and sweat them out. Have a good day, everybody.